we're back. The Supreme Court Justice, author of the new book, Just Shine, How to Be a Better You, Sonia Sotomayor. There have been more emergency docket decisions in this administration, or for the Trump administrations, than there were for, say, the Obama administrations or the Biden administrations or the Bush administrations. Why do you think they're accelerating?
You know, success breeds new attempts. And to the extent that we have altered the natural course of history by granting more consideration of emergency dockets, of the emergency cases, we invite more of them.
Yeah. Significantly more.
Significantly more.
Right.
You know, in the past, the court was loath to grant emergency intervention. Most of the time, we figured if two courts below had given careful consideration to something, we shouldn't intrude until the case ended, which is the normal course of things. That has changed. Now, some people believe on my court that any time you stop a law that has been duly passed by Congress, or you stop an executive, like the president, from doing some policy that they think is important, that those factors outweigh some of the normal considerations. You can read my writing to find out why I disagree with that, because each circumstance is different. And so some laws are, by my druthers, patently unconstitutional, and one should be more careful in those cases to explain why you might be intervening in a way that's unexpected. Or the proceedings below are still going on, and the courts below need more guidance as to what might have been wrong in their thinking.
Well, let's talk about the decision yesterday. Yesterday, the court ruled from that emergency docket that ICE can round up, in this case, it was people of Hispanic heritage or spoke Spanish in cases of Los Angeles and the California ICE arrests or detainments, but really anyone for any reason.
Well, no. In fairness, the reasons given...
I'm not a lawyer, but I'm going to push back here.
All right.
Because in this case, they're saying those are the circumstances, but isn't the upshot of that if they're just looking for reasonable suspicion, which is a much lower bar than probable cause, they could make up new rationales for a different group of people who they feel are associated with some crime that has to be prevented?
Now, let me stop you. In fairness to the majority, and by the way, I didn't agree with them. And
no, I have your dissent right here.
Yeah, I know. I didn't agree with them.
Powerfully.
Thank you for giving me the adjective, okay? I didn't agree with them, but they claimed there was more than those two factors, being Latino and speaking Spanish. I don't think the third adds much to the equation, but they do. They say it's because they are working in low-wage jobs.
So people with low-wage jobs have fewer protections.
That's what they said.
But that's the upshot of it, isn't it?
Well, that's what they said. Let's not go any further, okay? That's what they said. And they're working at jobs where illegal aliens typically work. That's the claim, all right? Now, I explain, and read my dissent, please.
I will. That decision of the majority is yet another grave misuse of our emergency docket. We should not have to live in a country where the government can seize anyone who looks Latino, speaks Spanish, and appears to work in a low-wage job. Rather than stand idly by while our constitutional freedoms are lost, I dissent. You sometimes read your decisions from the bench, but because you guys aren't in session right now, I have the whole thing if you'd like to read it right now on air. Because I love Eugene Levy, but I'll cancel him right now if you want to do that. Yeah.
No, but Stephen, you're raising a big point, which is I want you to read it. And I want you to read the concurring opinion. Too many people hear what a Supreme Court decision is, and they come to immediate conclusions based on what only their personal feelings are. You shouldn't do that. You should read the opinions. You're going to be shocked. Not in this one, but in others. And be clear, not in this one, but in others. where you're going to read the majority opinion and you're going to step back and say, you know, they've made some really good points. And then you read the dissent and you say, they've made some really good points. And you realize that the questions are close. It only comes before the court generally when there's a split among the judges across the United States. Because we're there to resolve differences of opinions among the courts in the US, what we call a circuit split. That means reasonable judges across the country have disagreed, and the Supreme Court is there to decide the question. So the cases aren't easy. I was joking about this one because I thought this one was a little easy, but you know, okay, they didn't. But my point is, US citizens, read the decisions. Don't wait on news reports. I'm not going to put your audience on the hook, but I go to a lot of audiences, including those with lawyers, and say, how many of you have read a Supreme Court decision cover to cover? And I get a handful of arms that are raised. Says a lot about us, doesn't it? Yeah. And if you gave me the half hour, I'd read it, but no, I don't want to do it. Because I want them to go to the internet and find it.
Justice Sotomayor, thank you so much for being here. The book, Just Shine, is available now in English and in Spanish. Justice Sonia Sotomayor, everybody. We'll be right back with Gene Levy.